Hey, I'm Maria Nelson with the Lady Vols soccer team, and you're listening to the No Playbook podcast.
Hi, I'm Kayla Barr with the Lady Vols soccer team, and you're listening to the No Playbook podcast.
Hey, if you're a soccer fan in East Tennessee, you're really going to enjoy this episode. I've got two Lady Vols soccer players on the show today. If it's your first time checking out the podcast, thank you very much. It's a show about the outstanding athletes, coaches, and experts that help to make sports and fitness such an important part of life here in the Southeast. Today, talking with Maria Nelson, who is a redshirt senior at UT. She's from the Cleveland, Ohio area, but has really gotten very involved in the Knoxville community while she's been here at Tennessee. And Kayla Barr, also joining me on the podcast. Kayla is a former player at Maryville High School. Actually, their all-time leading scorer. She's a freshman at UT who started with the Lady Vols a semester early just to kind of get a jump start on her first season. Both of these young ladies talk with me about their experience so far playing D1 soccer and about the whole recruiting process. This episode is brought to you by Recruit Me Sports and D1 Training. I'll get right to it right for this. Sit tight.
Recruit Me puts the recruiting process in your hands. Most student athletes wait for college coaches to discover them, but coaches are busy and don't always have the time to find them. Recruit Me allows you to build an online profile to share directly with college coaches and is designed to help you enter all of the information coaches want to see. Your stats, your highlight videos, your academic information, your social links, and more. Plus, our team is here to make sure that your profile stands out with personalized suggestions. With over 25,000 coaches in our database, our premium plan gives you access to D1, D2, D3, and NAIA coaches across the country, and more importantly, gives them access to you. Enter your schedule of games and tournaments to let coaches know when and where you're playing so they can come out and watch you shine. Then communicate with interested coaches via our chat feature. When it comes to recruiting, don't make coaches research you. Do the work for them. Get started today at the Recruit Me app, on the web, and in the app stores.
At D1 Training, what we do is in our name. Our D1 athletes become D1 athletes. Whether it's Los Angeles Angels pitcher Ben Joyce, high school soccer national MVP Brindley Murphy, or first-round NFL draft pick Cole Strange, we help all athletes reach their full potential. 5-star training system comes straight from D1 strength and conditioning programs, and D1 has trained over 2,000 professional athletes. Many of them started as young as 7 years old. Check out D1Training.com to learn more about their facilities in Hardin Valley and Sevierville, and coming very soon to Maryville and the Tri-Cities.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I'm glad that we're both in Tennessee sweats.
I know. We're almost matching.
There you go. It's that time of year too when you get home and you're like, just want to throw on a hoodie and chill.
Yes, definitely.
Now you're just getting out of practice?
Yeah. Today was a bit longer because we had scout than I thought it was going to be, but yeah.
How does that go normally? Like on a scout practice, what all goes into that?
So we watch, basically we get scout earlier in the day, and then we read it through, and then we go over it together. We do film on the other team, and then we'll go out and practice and usually walk through some different things that we saw on scout that we're going to be doing in the game tomorrow.
So as we're recording this, what is the team you're preparing for?
Indiana.
Indiana.
Mhm.
And how is their soccer program?
It's pretty good. I mean, I know last year they didn't have a great season, but this year they're 3-0-1, and they're a new team than they were last year, and they're pretty high pressing, high intensity. So it's gonna be a good matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys just got back from SMU, right?
Yes, we did.
That was a tough trip though. I mean, they're a good
It
team,
was.
but
Yeah, it was a tough loss. We thought that we created a lot of chances. We just couldn't convert. But
now you all have dealt with some injuries too. I know Tara's
yeah.
injured. Is Jada as well?
Yes, Jada had a little like stress fracture injury, but she is coming back into the games and we'll be playing more and more minutes.
Okay, good. I know she's so close to that record.
I think she's 5 goals, or maybe I think it's 5 goals away or 6 goals away from beating or tying the record.
Yeah, at Tennessee. So she's right there. I know she wants to get back and get that. I was asking her about the record once, and she, was playing it cool, but
Yeah.
there's got to be a little bit.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
She's definitely looking to break it. And we're all hoping she does too.
that would be so cool. I know that's gonna be something fun for y'all to be a part of. First of
Definitely.
all, thank you so much for helping with the thing for Knox County Schools.
Yeah, of course.
I really appreciate that. Um,
Yeah.
just trying to, I'm new to the board for
Mhm.
Partners in Education, so just trying to, help them find ways to make more revenue. Real quick,
Mhm.
I got a question. Is my mic sounding way too loud?
No, I mean, I don't have it all the way up
Okay,
either. So I think
it's
it's,
fine. Uh, I was just seeing some levels that looked really hot, and I didn't know is that on my end, or is that something that's just it's just crazy. So talking about the team, you guys obviously have had a lot of success recently with an SEC championship a couple years ago, good year last year. How is this team going to like compare to some of those teams?
yeah, I mean, we've always had talent. Each year it's really just how, the team works together. And this year we have a ton of new faces, freshmen coming in, getting big minutes. But also we have three or four transfers and three of them being fifth year. So we have a lot of new people, but they also have already played in many different leagues, so they're bringing a lot of experience. And we just have a lot of depth this year, so I think that's really gonna help us now and in the postseason run.
I haven't really thought about something like the transfer portal when it comes to women's soccer, but I guess that's probably super active as well.
Yeah, yeah, for sure for us like this year.
Now, what all goes into you're talking about the scout practice that you've got going. So I was near a practice and hanging out by there doing something in the spring. I know it seems like you're training, when you're in high school, you go to practice and in season, but you're really like a year-round thing pretty much. What all goes into the training year-round for you?
Yeah, honestly a lot. So, in season it's really more about game focus because we play Thursday, Sunday, so it's always getting ready for the next game. And then really when we're out of season, it's a lot of just trying to get yourself fit, strong, and we still train 5 out of the 7 days a week. So there really isn't much of an off season. And then, when we go home for Christmas break, um, we run the beep test again in the spring. So everybody wants to come in the fittest, everybody wants to come in the strongest. So it's just putting that extra time in, even when you're away from here too.
Hmm. Did you finish the beep test?
Did I finish it?
Yeah.
I don't know the finish point. I don't know if I want to know, but I don't think anyone has ever finished it.
Um, I mean, I've seen some YouTube videos of people supporting, their teammates to make it through, and it's so hard. I was a part of something with the Army National Guard. I did an event at Dick's on the field, and it
Yeah.
was I'll put it like this: we had to make the trash cans very easily accessible.
Yeah, I could imagine.
We didn't want to mess up that turf. Um, Now, you have some cool uniforms, I think, for the Lady Vols. You've got the blue, obviously orange and white. What is your favorite like uniform combo?
It used to be the checkerboard just because it was so different.
Sure.
And then last year we got the Pat Summit blue. Um, and I love that uniform. We're actually going to be wearing that one tomorrow too.
Right on.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be great. Now you're also working with One Knox, is that right? Are you like an intern or how's it?
Yes. Yeah, so I basically have been with them for over a year, and Ren, who used to play on the team before, she is head of merchandise.
Mhm.
So I work under her as kind of a merchandise assistant. So I go in and I fulfill their online orders. I help out on game day in their merch tent, and then I also help them with Street Team. And Street Team is a new thing that we're playing around with, and it's a group of people that we get together that goes to different events to just help this like to help get the word out about One Knox. Um, and yeah,
Yeah, that sounds great. I was a part of the organization for the first season.
Oh
I
yeah.
think I saw you at games. I did the announcing.
Mhm. Oh,
So
right, right. Yeah.
that was a big year, and that was fun. The first season, and now they're in the USL 1. And
Yeah.
Ren we did, I did stuff with her at Dick's a lot.
Hmm.
She is to quote my kids, she's a silly goose.
Yeah. She's awesome. I love her.
Uh, Now I think we actually hired her for some events to speak. Have you gotten to be a part of any big NIL things while you've been a student?
Yeah, I've done a couple NIL things over the years. I had a deal with Real Hot Yoga, Turbo Spin, Everbowl, and then Santi and I did a deal with Game Time. So a couple over the years, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What'd you do for game time?
We basically just promoted their cups on our Instagrams. In exchange, we got like free cups. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how a lot of the things that aren't as it feels a little like shoehorning in some connections with the athlete sometimes. So it basically turns into an influencer kind of role.
Yeah.
Um, Luckily, at D1, we've gotten to really, include some folks that really fit. Like we had an event with Nolan and Jada at the D1 in
Yes.
Chattanooga, and they came, and it really was like a soccer clinic that they ran with
Yeah.
some folks in the Chattanooga Red Wolves down there. But that was cool, and it just sort of fits perfectly. Right? You're not by any chance in the NIL class this semester, are you?
I am not. I know a lot of girls on the team have taken it before. I have not though.
Okay. So
Hmm.
every semester, so they have me come speak, and I'm doing it tomorrow actually.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, so it's I was gonna say, well, I'll see you there. But it's basically I just speak to the like business perspective.
Mhm.
And a lot of times the message that I bring is especially for, let's say, some of the more, the big three, like uh a high profile football player, for instance,
Mhm.
just trying to get in there and let them know, like, hey, if you're hired for an event, like uh, they're not hiring you because they're your fan. They probably are,
Yeah.
but they're doing it because they think you're going to bring them like an ROI, and that's what to focus on, like your work. And so,
Yeah.
um, I've loved getting to be a part of that. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all get in class
Yeah. Let
tomorrow.
me know if there's any soccer girls in your class.
Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping to see Kayla out at some stuff just because she was
Hmm.
Kayla Barr freshman. She was not only did she do a lot of stuff at D1
Hmm.
training like crazy, but also she played at Maryville, and
Hmm.
so her coach is one of my best friends.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he would tell me all the time. He's like, I got this girl. Like, I mean, when she was a sophomore, he was like, the girl
Hmm.
special.
Hmm.
So that was great. I know she's dealing with some injury right now, though.
Yes. She's actually running for the first time their day on land. So that was really awesome to see.
Do you know if there's any chance of her playing this season?
I do not think there is a chance this season.
Right. Probably a red shirt situation.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Now, what was it like for you? You're a redshirt senior.
Mhm.
Came down here from, was it the Cleveland area?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Recruiting, what is that like? And was it a tough decision for you to travel away from home?
Yes, the recruiting process, I feel like for everyone, it's always different. Um, Mine was a little crazy. I I visited a couple schools and then I was really in between Tennessee and Michigan. And when I stepped on foot of Tennessee's campus and met some of the girls on the team just felt like family. Um, and just like their culture that they have built. And that's something that I was really looking for. Um, because, if injuries happen, everyone always says, are you going to like the school? Are you going to like the team? Like if you're not playing. And fortunately, you know, I I got on a team that I absolutely love the girls, love the campus because I did find myself injured for about 2 years. So yeah.
Is that what the red shirt was for?
Yes. I actually had two ACLs.
Whew.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
how about after you're done? So this is your last season with the
Mhm.
Vols. What do you plan to do after that?
I want to get into pharmaceutical sales. So I'm hoping to stay in the Knoxville area for a bit of time, and then we'll see. We'll see where it takes me.
Kind of a major is that for you?
I'm majoring in kinesiology, and then I'm minoring in business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of like trainers and folks just that work with athletes that are former kinesiology
Mm-hmm.
students.
Yeah.
Just lends itself well to that. How about Maria with non-soccer passions? What are your hobbies and stuff like that?
I would say, we don't have too much time for hobbies, but I love going to different coffee shops. I love hanging out, with friends, family, my boyfriend. Um, I'm also really into the show Suits right now. It's my favorite show.
Netflix like insists that I watch that show. I haven't
Mm.
tried it, but I
You
mean
haven't watched it? You need to
it
watch it.
suggests it all the time. I'll tell you, I just finished Dave. Have you watched Dave?
No.
Okay. Anyway, it's a Hulu show about Little Dicky, and uh, I just gave it a try, and I was like, this is a phenomenal show. So I watched it in about 2 weeks. But yeah, Netflix is always suggesting Suits to me.
Yeah, no, it is a great show. Santi and I have been watching it for the better part of like 2 months now, and we love it.
That's good to hear that the both of you like it, because
Hmm.
like my wife and I find it hard to
Find
like you
shows we
find
both.
something. Yeah, because
Mhm.
she wants to watch it, and it's The Crown or something, and I fall asleep in 2 minutes. But then something I want to watch, Breaking Bad, and she doesn't want to watch that. So
Oh, Breaking Bad is great. Great
see,
show.
see, I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. Um, okay, something I ask everybody. Tell me, it could even be like little kid Maria. Tell me one big sports memory, like for your life, something you're never going to forget. And it could either be as a player or as a spectator.
I would say I have two. One for high school. Our rivalry, like my senior year, we beat Walsh Jesuit High School, and they hadn't been beaten on their home field in like many, many years. So it was really awesome to go there and beat them for my last year. And then college, the SEC championship, just I still never forget that feeling, like holding that trophy up. It's really awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Are you a Cleveland sports fan?
Kinda. I mean, sometimes I'll watch the games. I won't go out of my way to be like, oh, the game is on 8. Like, I need to watch it. If it's on and
Mm-mm.
I see it, okay, yeah, like, I'll watch.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever met a passionate Browns fan.
I know a couple.
I bet you do. Um, I was going to ask about Joshua Dobbs just because he recently he was up with the Browns and now he's down with Arizona. Um,
Oh, okay.
former Vol. He's probably going to be starting
Yes.
too, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, that is really
Um, so quick speed round. I'll let you get back to it. Now this is about current teammates.
yes.
Okay, I've seen the videos on TikTok where you all I don't know, are you coming in from practice and it's always like a question. I
Yeah.
saw recently who would win the Hunger Games, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So those are
Lawson.
great. Those are always interesting. Well, who did you answer?
Lawson.
Okay, that was a popular one
Yeah. She was the
for
fan
sure.
favorite.
Yeah, yeah. So these are simple. Best dressed on the team.
I would say KP because she's always put together. Love her style.
Okay.
Mhm.
Most likely to be famous, not as a soccer player.
I would say Nolan because she's super popular on TikTok and everything, and she loves making those kind of videos. She's actually the one that makes a lot of our Tennessee soccer ones.
Oh, cool. Great.
Hmm.
And she was, great with working with the crowd and stuff when she came up onto
Yeah,
Chattanooga to do the event. How about funniest on the team?
Lindsay Brick.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now this is one I just asked a football coach last week, and he really liked this. So I wonder how it would be with you. Who's the most likely on the team to talk their way out of a speeding ticket?
Ooh,
And if
I
it's
want to
you,
go.
you can tell me.
No, definitely not me. I would say Mac because she would either start crying and they'd get her out of it, or she would just become best friends with the police officer, and then you would let her off.
See, I didn't even think about the crying like
Yeah,
strategy. That's
it's a good strategy.
yeah. And you know, women can play that a
Hmm.
lot more easily than, I do it and I get made fun of. Um, which teammate would you least want to date your brother or sister?
Oof. Probably Lindsay Rick.
Okay. Do you have a
Love
brother?
her, but yes, I have a brother.
Okay. Right. That's a good one. I had a good time asking some of the basketball players that one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, got some
those
good
are always funny.
passionate answers. Santi was never the answer. I'll tell you that. Not that he would be. Maria Nelson, thank you so much. Best of luck this season, and I really appreciate your time.
Yes, thank you so much.
Therapy, so I just got there a little late and just watched the end of it. So that's fine. It's just
Big
really hard.
big win last night.
Yeah. No, we tied.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Well, I
Yeah.
guess it
No,
was
it's fine.
exciting because coming back from a 2-0 deficit, that was
I
fun.
know. Yeah. Shouldn't even have 2 goals shouldn't even happen in the first place, but we fought back, so that was good.
That's nice. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I've wanted to have you on the show for a while, just
Yeah, thank you
because.
for having me.
Yeah, and to share for anybody that doesn't know this, of course, uh, Kayla's former coach in high school is one of my best friends in the world. Has been since when I moved to Maryville in the 11th grade. So he and I talk a lot. He told me, I think your freshman year, like I've got a kid that's special.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. And you made all state 4 years, is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, 4 years.
Okay. So just real quick, all state 4 years. You played in the high school All American game
I did, yeah.
and all time leading scorer at Maryville High School.
Yes, yeah.
Which of those gets you the most proud?
Um, Probably the all-time goal scorer for Maryville.
That's fun. Do you know Megan Burleson from Science
I
Hill?
do. Yeah, she played on my club team for a while. Yeah.
Okay. So she broke the record at Science Hill.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
Now she broke it by like 15 goals, but I had her on the podcast a few months ago. So it
Cool.
was cool getting to hear that perspective of just what it's like when you get that last one and you celebrate with
Yeah,
your
no, it was really it's exciting. It was really fun.
nice. Well, tell me about that recruiting process because obviously being just right down the road from Tennessee, and I've gotten to learn so much about it in the past few months. I'd like to hear just what that was like for you.
It was really good. It was kind of long and like a little stressful, but I feel like that's how it always is, like recruiting. And I never thought I would be at Tennessee, but it just took a lot of patience and a lot of thought, but I'm like really glad and I have no regrets and I'm really happy with the decision I made of coming to Tennessee. So
Why did you not think you would end up at Tennessee? Just curious.
well, like growing up, I was like, I want to like move, I want to go to another state. But like when it got closer to it and I realized how nice Tennessee actually was and it was just so close, it kind of like changed my mind. Like when I went on my visit and like it was just so nice. So
Yeah.
it really changed
And I
my
think a lot of times, there's the popular because I went to Maryville too. So there's the whole like it's just the 13th grade thing. But when you're a part of a team like that, that's a whole new community you're joining, and you've got a new group of friends that they had nothing to
yeah.
do with Maryville High School. So
Yeah.
uh
Yeah, it's like you're away from home but you're not. So it was just I like it a lot.
well, I had my mom do my laundry and all that.
Yeah, I sometimes will take it to my house and make her do my laundry if I don't feel like doing it.
Yeah. Sometimes you want to get a home cooked meal too. You
Yeah,
can be
honestly, yeah.
back in a flash. That's nice.
It's nice.
Um,
It's so
so what would you say did like lead you to finally choosing on the Vols?
nice. Wait, sorry, like wait.
Like just in your recruiting, like what was it through the other schools that you had talked to? Like what was it that finally made you
This
say,
stood out.
yeah,
Yeah, close to home was probably like the biggest thing, but I really liked the team chemistry. Like I feel like everyone gets along. It's not like clicky. If you know what I mean? Everyone just is really supportive and the chemistry is like the main thing. It's what made me choose
yeah.
Tennessee.
I've gotten to speak with a lot of the players over there, and just everybody's so cool. You know, all the way from Ren French, who's gone now, to
Yeah.
Claire Rain, who's now in Florida State. But Jada
Yeah.
Thomas came on my podcast last year. And
Really?
she's super. Yeah, and we're all crossing our fingers she's going to break that record.
Oh, yeah, I know. So close.
Um, so I'm always interested to hear from athletes that leave high school a semester early.
Mhm.
Obviously, it sucks that you got injured, but
Yeah.
overall, would you recommend that to another athlete?
Um, I would. I think it made it a little easier for me because I was so close to home. So, graduating early, I could still hang out with my high school friends because they all lived in the area. But I think it just gave me a really good head start, and it just helped me adapt quicker and kind of know what was going on before I even like was a freshman. Um, but obviously I got hurt. But like I would recommend it. Um, just to get to know everyone before the freshmen come in. I think it's really important.
Did a lot of other freshmen come in for this particular Lady Vols recruiting class?
Early? They came early? No, no one came early. It was just me.
Oh
Yeah,
wow!
yeah.
How
So
do you like
I got really close with I
the
got
rest
really
of
close
your
with the upperclassmen.
good
So it was really good.
good? How about the rest of your freshman class? Are you all gelling really well?
Yeah, I get along really well. One of she's another freshman, Emma Duval. She tore her ACL a week before me, so we're kind of on the same track. So we're doing rehab together, and it's really good to have someone to do it with. Um,
Mhm.
so we're just kind of on the same timeline.
So what does that timeline look like? You think I would imagine you're not going to play this
Yeah, I'm medically
season.
redshirting. Yeah, so I'll be like probably playing games in the spring, like just kind of getting back in the spring, and I'll be good for the next season.
Do you think you'll get involved in like a WPSL next summer or something like that?
Yeah, was gonna play for what's it called? 865.
865.
Yeah, I was gonna play for that in the summer, but I got hurt, so I didn't.
Yeah, there's a lot of great names. I was just talking with Maria about that. Liv Stott was on that team. Of course, she's future
She's
future
coming here,
Vol.
yeah. So exciting.
That'll be great. Um,
Yeah.
Now you haven't gotten to be on the pitch for a match yet, but so far in what you've seen, what would you say is the biggest difference between D1 soccer and high school ball?
A lot of things. So the pace is just definitely so much like faster, like more high tempo practices, just um there's no standing around, like pretty much it goes drill after drill, and like there's a certain like time limit we have for water breaks, and it's just really orderly. Another thing would be the communication. Like there's way more communication, and like you actually have to like be there for your teammates. Um not like individual, it's more of like a team like together thing, and like that was a big one as well.
Yeah. And it's kind of your job too. Like, I guess in getting any kind of scholarship dollars, it just feels like it's not like at high school ball, you just go play soccer right after.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much a job, but I like it, so it's
Well,
not.
because of that, so I was at UT yesterday. I speak every semester in a class specifically about NIL,
Okay.
um, and just trying to help folks. Well, the big three are always good and profitable, but helping those athletes that are in volleyball, soccer, a softball athlete find some NIL deals.
Right.
And I think that somebody like you, when you're back on your feet, at a place like D1 where you have a lot of experience,
Yeah.
I think that would be a great way to put together some kind of a clinic with FC Alliance kids, something like that.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds
You got to
good.
work. You got to work on your autograph.
Yeah, I know. I do.
Talk about your experience at D1 because you obviously trained there for quite a while.
I did, yeah. I trained there right before I came in, like in January. I was training like 3 times a week. It was really good. It really helped me, like technically, and like we worked on weights, and they got me familiar with the weight room before coming in, like to UT. So I was already familiar with everything. And fitness wise, like me and Josh worked on the beep tests, and I came in and passed. So really helped me fitness wise as well, because that was one of the things that I needed help on. Yeah, I really liked it. It really helped me get ready for the spring.
Yeah. It was great for me just being up, you know where my office is, up on the second floor,
Yeah.
because I can look down, I can see Kayla Barr play, I can see Brindley Murphy play,
Yeah,
I
you
see
see
Laura
everything.
Jacoman. I
Yeah.
think Nyla Blue's been down there. Now Liv Stott's working out there.
Yeah.
So there's always just stellar athletes working out down there with our folks.
Yeah.
That's good. So of course, you're not going to get out of here without telling me some kind of a story I need to hear about Coach Feather.
There's a lot. But I'm paring it down. This like was not really funny at the time, but like we all laugh about it now, and it's so funny now. So we were at a game. I think it was a home game actually, and he was just like, we were having like a bad game or something, and he was just like so mad. So he takes his like $300 sunglasses off and like slams them on the ground and breaks them. And he was just so mad, and then he kicks the trash can. And we're all just
Yeah.
sitting there like, oh. But yeah, that's definitely really funny moment, and now we just laugh about it. But wasn't
Yeah.
funny at the time, but it's funny now.
I figured your answer was going to have something to do with anger. So they
Yeah,
used to
yeah,
play at Maryville College. And actually, I think it's different now, but there for a while, they had a little press box set up right there, like a couple yards off the touchline and right at midfield. And
yeah,
there was one time, and each bench was on either side of this little
right.
press box. So, and I was in there because I was doing the PA
Yeah,
announcing from inside. And there was one time he got so mad, he grabbed a ball, and this was mad at a ref, I believe, and punted it into the side of the wall. So from where I am inside it, it sounded like, a bomb had gone off.
right, yeah.
And it was terrifying, but
I can see
I would
it doing
try to
that.
sometimes be like, hey buddy, you
Gotta
gotta
calm down
cool
a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, there's many of those moments, but
it. You've got some ninth graders on your team.
yeah, I know, and he's like going crazy on the sideline.
Let's
Yeah,
keep them in mind. Well, I one of these days, because I've brought him up a couple times on the show, and one of these days I'd love to tell plenty of stories from my perspective, but
right.
we
Yeah.
all love him.
Yeah.
Although he never listens to my podcast, so
Really?
that's not
I'll
a very
tell him
good
to listen
friend,
to
is it?
this one.
Yeah. Would you agree that's being a very, very bad friend? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. He might be
You would
busy.
listen to your friend's podcast,
I
right?
would. I would. Yeah,
There
of
you go.
course.
So, Kayla, tell me some sports memory. Everybody, I asked this on the show. Some great sports memory for you that's you'll never forget, whether it's as an athlete or even as a spectator. And you can go way back if you need to.
Yeah, so probably a really good sports memory would be our first time going to nationals. I think it was like 2019. Um it was just such a good experience, and I learned a lot from it, just like from playing, and I was really young. So it was like we beat this team, like we had to beat them to make it to nationals, and it was so exciting to actually beat them and then go to nationals for the very first time, because I think our first year we didn't make it, and the second year we did. So yeah, that was just a really good, probably one of my favorites, my favorite trips. It was in San Diego. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, it was so fun. And
That's awesome. Yeah, that's
yeah,
great. So I'm not going to share the answers with you, what Maria said, but I'm going to ask you the same questions that I asked her
okay.
on a speed round. So just real quick, these are about current teammates at Tennessee. I know you're still getting to know folks,
Yeah,
but first up, best dressed on the team.
I would say Cameron Simmons. She always has good
Uh,
style.
Now she's the player that was in the World Cup, right?
Yes, she's on the Jamaican
Okay.
national team. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Most likely to be famous, not as a soccer player.
Mm, probably Nolan Bartholomew. I can see her being famous for something.
Yeah. That was Maria's answer for that.
Really? Yeah.
Funniest on the team.
Lindsay Brick, by far.
Same.
Always makes me laugh.
Uh, most likely to talk their way out of a speeding ticket.
Oh, probably Makara Migley.
Okay.
Talking herself out of that.
Now, what kind of superlative would you get? Like if I ask folks, what does Kayla Barr get? What are they going to say?
Um, it's a hard one. Probably. I'm trying to think.
Well, how about this? Here's another quick one that I didn't even put on your list, but I did mention these. What or which player do you think will play soccer the longest?
Oh, like pro.
Mhm.
I can see Cameron Simmons as well, or Tara Katz. I can see her. She
Okay.
really loves soccer. So
Also dealing with an injury, unfortunately,
yeah,
right now.
yeah. But she thinks she's gonna. I don't really know what she's gonna do, but I can see her playing the longest.
Yeah. And one last, what is the player that would be the best coach, you think?
Probably Giselle Washington. Seems like would be a really good coach.
Oh,
Or
great.
Maria would be a
Yeah.
good coach too.
All right. One last that I had some fun with. Um, what is a player that you would never want to date your brother?
Oh gosh. Okay. So I thought about this. I would probably say Maddie Eskin. Not because like she's just crazy. Like I don't know. Nothing against her, but
That's a tough one. It's a fun one.
it is a
Uh,
fun one. Yeah. Just yeah, I'd probably say
and
her.
I got this from I was actually watching NFL Network once. And I watched it was in a Minnesota Vikings locker room, and they asked, I don't know how well you follow football. They asked like 15 guys, and literally all of them said Stephon Diggs. And I just thought that was the funniest thing that they all had the same answer, but it was all for like goofy reasons because he's
Right. Yeah.
kind of silly.
Silly. Yeah,
But
Maddie's really silly and
yeah.
funny. Yeah.
All right. And your favorite sports movie?
It's hard, but I would say Rudy. Heard of it, the football.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good.
And I forgot to bring up that we're really excited that we're bringing a D1 training to Blount County.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So it's going to be called D1 Blount. And
Okay.
are you familiar with where K2 is? Out.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's going to be close to that. We're actually going to be sharing property with K2. So K2 is going to have a spot.
I know
It's out
exactly
in
where.
kind of Louisville area.
Yeah, yeah. I drive by it. We have jet skis at a dock, so I drive by it every time we go there.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
if when you
That's
drive
it.
past where K2 is now,
Yeah.
if you turn right once you get down to the road, so we're going to be on the water basically, but there's going to be a
Okay.
big K2
Wow.
and also a D1 right there. So we're really
That's
excited to get
so
those
cool.
Maryville and Alcoa athletes
Yeah,
in.
that's definitely closer than the Orange Valley one.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're really looking forward to that. And my
Yeah.
last episode was with Derek Hunt from Maryville High School football.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So
Cool.
cool. All right.
Yeah.
Kayla Barr, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast and best of luck with your recovery.
Okay, thank you so much.